Tenacity, Dick. Stay with the bastard until he's on the bottom.
The United States submarine force is steeped in heritage. From the first submersible vessel made in the Revolutionary War to the first nuclear-powered submarine ever in the 50s, there's a reason why qualifying for submarine service and earning the right to wear dolphins is a time-honored and revered tradition. It is the one unique warfare device that signifies you are qualified to operate every single piece of damage control equipment on board a submarine, as well as having the base level of knowledge on all technical and operational aspects of undersea warfare. With only 5% of the Navy's personnel making it through submarine training, this exclusive fraternity is the silent elite force that makes up a critical pillar of national security. The Bubblehead from Tenacity Watches is a tribute to these men and women. You may think Bubblehead is derogatory, but in this context it isn't. It's the unofficially accepted term submariners use, and I use it with pride. You may also be thinking, Submariner? Isn't it Submariner? While there is no definitive answer to this question, it is the general consensus among us that Submariner is the proper pronunciation.
Submariner.
And then can you press the other one?
Submariner.
Personally, I say Submariner, but I will tell you that the submarine community at large doesn't give a fuck how you say it. There are a few versions of the Bubblehead, but the two featured here are the smaller quartz version and the larger automatic one. I like how they approach this. The quartz version offers the unbeatable accuracy an average person would prefer, while the automatic Bubblehead means they still have an understanding of what the enthusiast community wants. These hover around $300, $299 for the quartz and $329 for the automatic, so unfortunately they are expensive. Inside both are 2000 and 8000 series Miyota movements respectively. The movements are housed in plastic holders. Aesthetically, I think it looks terrible. But, considering the Citizen Fugu, my all-time favorite deployment watch, the watch I've taken to hell and back, the watch that can handle anything and everything, and the watch that I will argue is the ultimate superior tool watch, also has an 8000 series Miyota movement in a plastic holder. So I can't really complain too much because I at least know that it is perfectly fine functionally. The case is stainless steel with a polished exterior. Usually I steer clear of mirror polishes, but the brushed bezel paired with the brushed rayon balances out the polished finish and creates a tasteful back and forth of decorative and purposeful. On the side there is a screw-down onion crown with an embossed logo. The crown stem is solid, the texturing is easy to grip, and the threading feels smooth and precise. The dial is beautiful and practically executed. Just like the case, there's a good harmony of decorative and purposeful. The sunburst dial, cathedral hands, and chromed dolphins play into that intangible thing we crave as enthusiasts. And the clearly displayed indices, date complication, and phenomenal loom application ensures that it's not just a gimmick. The crystal is sapphire, which is a welcome feature especially for how scuffed up crystals can get out to sea. The screw-down caseback has submarine dolphins engraved on it, as well as the legendary quote from Commander Dudley Mush Morton. It's interesting to see that the engraving says, "Stick with the bastard," but Historical Archives states he said, "Stay with the bastard." It's a minor difference, one that doesn't change the context of the quote, but still interesting nonetheless. These versions are only available on brown leather straps, but it's easy enough to swap it out with anything else. The way the lugs and case are shaped make it look good with straight end links opening the doors to limitless bracelet options to choose from. Here are the dimensions. For the size queens, the quartz option may offer the better fit, but I gotta say the larger automatic version feels great. I get that 45mm sounds large, but when you consider that it's only 11mm thick, proportionately it looks sharp. To be fair, I do have 8-inch wrists, so I have a lot more leeway when it comes to larger watches. But I've seen these watches on a lot of other submariners with small wrists and it looks fine. You heard that correctly. I've seen these same watches on no less than 5 separate occasions out in the wild. And for a micro brand, that is an astronomical number. For context, if you haven't gotten it yet, I am a submariner and I work on a submarine base, so it would make sense out of anywhere else to see these watches there. But that's still a testament to the brand, because despite the gimmicky marketing, they're still actually being used by qualified submariners. In fact, that's the reason why I learned about Tenacity in the first place. I first saw it on the wrist of a squadron commanding officer, and then shortly after on the wrist of a weapons officer in a completely different coast. After that, it really caught my attention, and then it was as if I was seeing one on a new wrist at least every other week. From an operational tool watch perspective, you can't go wrong. It's got all the water resistance and lume a sailor needs, so it can stay on the wrist whether you're balls deep fixing a TLI in a sand tank, or you're in control while it's rigged for black. From an enthusiast perspective, you have all the things that don't necessarily add any tangible value, but there's a connection to something deeper which you can't really quantify other than simply enjoying what it represents. The submarine dolphins are a big deal to wear, and even the saltiest sailor with the biggest chip on their shoulder will have a deep sense of pride in being qualified. Being able to express that in the form of a watch is incredible. Do you have to be a submariner to own this watch? No, of course not. None of us are astronauts, but we all enjoy wearing astronaut shit, and there's nothing wrong with that either. The submarine force's contributions is so ingrained in US history that it almost wouldn't make sense for more people not to wear submarine tribute stuff. Obviously, it ain't cheap, so I can't expect everyone to go for one, especially when you look at the competition from similarly priced watches. But I'm not here to define value for you. I'm just a degenerate watch addict, and this is just another watch to fuel my addiction. That is all. Stay classy. I sure as hell won't.